The year was 1969, and America was changing faster than ever before. Astronauts were preparing to walk on the moon. Rock music filled the radio. Muscle cars ruled the highways. And inside the United States, mint millions of Washington quarters were being produced for every day. Americans who never imagined some of these coins would one day become hidden treasures worth thousands of dollars. Today we are uncovering the shocking truth about the 1969 Washington quarter, a coin that many people still ignore and pocket. Change old jars, family collections, and dusty coin albums. But what if one of these quarters could secretly be worth a fortune? Most people never pay attention to quarters. They spend them on coffee, snacks, parking meters, and vending machines. But serious coin collectors know something important. Rare errors, high-grade examples, and unusual mint. Mistakes can turn ordinary coins into legendary collectibles. Before we reveal the valuable versions, you first need to understand why the 1969 quarter became so important in American history. The Washington quarter first appeared in 1932 to honor President George Washington. For decades, Americans carried these coins everywhere. But during the 1960s, silver prices began rising rapidly. People realized older silver coins were becoming more valuable than their face value. Soon Americans started saving silver dimes, quarters, and half dollars. The government became worried because silver coins were disappearing from circulation. So, in 1965, the United States Mint stopped making regular silver quarters and switched to copper nickel-clad coins. The 1969 Washington quarter was part of this new era. Most were made from copper and nickel instead of silver, and that is why collectors became fascinated with mistakes from this period. Some 1969 quarters were struck with incredible mint errors. Others survived in almost perfect condition, and a few became legendary collector coins worth shocking amounts of money. Let us begin with the regular 1969 quarter from Philadelphia. If your coin has no mint mark, it was produced in Philadelphia. Millions were made, and most are still common today. But condition changes everything in coin collecting. A heavily worn quarter may only be worth face value, but a brilliant uncirculated example with sharp details and strong mint luster can become surprisingly valuable. Collectors especially search for coins graded MS-67 or higher because very few survived in near-perfect condition. Think about how quarters are treated every day. They bounce around pockets, fall into cash registers, and get scratched constantly. Finding a nearly flawless example after more than 50 years is extremely difficult. That is why some high-grade 1969 quarters sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now let us move to the 1969 D Washington quarter from the Denver Mint. If your quarter has a small D mint mark below the eagle on the reverse side, it came from Denver. Just like Philadelphia, millions were produced. But top-quality examples remain very difficult to find. Some collectors spend years searching rolls and old collections, hoping to discover a beautiful 1969 D quarter with bright original luster and very few marks. And here comes one of the biggest secrets in coin collecting. Sometimes newer coins in perfect condition are actually rarer than much older coins. That means a flawless 1969 quarter can attract serious attention from collectors because so few survived without damage. Now we arrive at one of the most exciting parts of the story: mint errors. Coin errors happen when something goes wrong during production at the mint. These accidents create unusual coins that collectors love. One famous error is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin is not properly positioned during striking. Part of the design may be missing while the rest appears shifted. Some off-center quarters look dramatic and unusual. Collectors especially like examples where the date is still visible. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin can become. Another popular error is the double strike. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once. The design may appear double, distorted, or overlapping. Imagine finding a quarter where George Washington looks duplicated or strangely shifted. Most people would think the coin is damaged. but experienced collectors know it could actually be worth serious money. Then there are clipped planchet errors. These occur before striking when the coin blank is cut incorrectly. Part of the coin appears missing in a curved shape. Collectors enjoy these strange mint mistakes because every clipped coin looks unique. But now we reach one of the most shocking possibilities: wrong planchet errors. During the transition from silver to clad coinage, rare mistakes occurred inside the mint. A few coins were accidentally struck on the wrong metal blanks. Imagine a 1969 quarter struck on a silver planchet or another incorrect blank. That type of mistake is extremely rare and can be worth a fortune. Collectors become obsessed with wrong planchet coins because they represent accidents that were never supposed to happen. Now let us talk about proof quarters. The San Francisco Mint produced special proof quarters for collectors in 1969. These coins were not intended for circulation. They were carefully made using polished dies and specially prepared blanks. The result was mirror-like surfaces and extremely sharp details. If your 1969 quarter has an S mint mark and looks unusually shiny, it may be a proof coin. Collectors especially search for cameo and deep cameo examples where the frosted design contrasts against dark mirror fields. These proof coins can look absolutely stunning under light, and proof errors are even more exciting. Imagine a proof quarter with doubling striking problems or unusual surfaces. Because proof coins were supposed to be carefully inspected, any surviving error becomes highly collectible. Now here is something many people never realize. Some valuable quarters look completely normal until they are examined closely. Collectors use magnifying glasses, microscopes, and grading tools to study tiny details. A small die crack, unusual doubling, or hidden variety can completely change a coin's value. That is why experienced collectors inspect every coin carefully. Now let us discuss grading, because this is where fortunes are made or lost. Coin grading measures a coin's condition using numbers. Circulated coins with heavy wear usually have low value, but mint state coins with little or no wear become far more desirable. The difference between MS-65 and MS-67 can mean hundreds or thousands of dollars. Why? Because preserving a coin in perfect condition is incredibly difficult. Even brand new coins can receive scratches and marks while being transported from the mint. That is why truly exceptional 1969 quarters are so rare today. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC became extremely important in coin collecting. These companies authenticate coins, assign grades, and seal them inside protective holders. Collectors trust certified coins because the condition has been professionally verified. And when a rare high-grade 1969 quarter appears at auction, collectors often compete aggressively to own it. Now imagine this situation. An old jar of coins sits untouched in a family closet for decades. One day, someone finally searches through the coins and discovers a beautiful 1969 quarter with a rare error and incredible condition. That single coin could suddenly become worth thousands of dollars. Stories like this happen more often than people think. Many valuable coins are still hiding inside forgotten collections, piggy banks, and inherited boxes across America. That is why coin roll hunting became so popular. Collectors visit banks, obtain rolls of quarters, and carefully search through them, hoping to discover hidden treasures. Most finds are ordinary, but every once in a while an incredible rarity appears, and that possibility keeps collectors addicted to the hunt. Now let us explore another reason collectors love the 1969 quarter. History. The year 1969 was unforgettable in America. The Apollo 11 moon landing inspired the world. The Vietnam War filled television screens. Music, culture, and fashion were changing rapidly. Coins from this era represent an important moment in American history. Holding a 1969 quarter feels like holding a small piece of that incredible time period. That emotional connection increases collector demand. And demand is one of the biggest reasons rare coins continue rising in value. Now here comes another fascinating secret. Some 1969 quarters show die cracks and die breaks. These occur when the coin dies become damaged during production. A cracked die may create raised lines across the coin. A major die break can produce strange raised blobs called cut errors. Collectors love these unusual features because they make every coin unique. Some collectors specialize only in die varieties and mint errors. They spend years building collections of unusual coins most people completely ignore. Imagine finding a quarter with strange raised metal lines or distorted features. Instead of damage, it could actually be a collectible mint variety worth serious money. Now let us discuss silver again, because this topic creates huge excitement among collectors. Even though regular 1969 quarters were clad, some older silver quarters still occasionally appear in circulation today. Collectors constantly check dates because a silver Washington quarter from before 1965 is automatically worth more than face value because of its silver content. One quick trick is checking the edge of the coin. A clad quarter shows a visible copper stripe along the edge. A silver quarter appears solid silver without the copper color. This simple test became famous among coin hunters across America. Now imagine spotting a quarter without the copper stripe. That tiny detail could signal something valuable hiding in ordinary pocket change. Now let us talk about auction prices because this is where things become truly shocking. Rare 1969 quarters with exceptional grades or dramatic mint errors have sold for impressive amounts. High-grade certified examples can bring hundreds or thousands of dollars. Rare mint mistakes can sell for even more. The rarest combinations of condition, beauty, and rarity create intense competition among collectors, and coin values continue changing over time. As more people enter the hobby, the demand for the best examples keeps growing. That means some valuable quarters could become even more desirable in the future. Now, you may be asking yourself an important question. How can I know if my 1969 quarter is valuable? Here are the most important things collectors check. First, look for the mint mark. No mint mark means Philadelphia. D means Denver. S means San Francisco proof issue. Next, examine the condition carefully. Does the coin still have bright mint luster? Are the details sharp? Does it have heavy scratches or wear? Then search for unusual features. Look for doubling off-center strikes, clipped edges, die cracks, or strange surfaces. Also inspect the edge carefully. If there is no visible copper stripe, the coin deserves closer examination. Collectors sometimes use digital scales because wrong planchet errors may weigh differently than normal quarters. And finally, never clean a valuable coin. Many people accidentally destroy collector value by polishing old coins. Collectors prefer original, untouched surfaces. A cleaned coin can lose significant value even if it is rare. So, if you think you found something special, leave it exactly as it is. Now imagine one final scene. A teenager receives change from a grocery store. Inside the handful of coins sits an ordinary-looking 1969 Washington quarter. Most people would spend it immediately without another thought, but this teenager notices unusual doubling near the lettering and decides to research the coin. Weeks later, experts confirm it is a rare mint error worth thousands of dollars. That is the magic of coin collecting. Hidden treasures can still appear in everyday life. You do not need buried treasure or pirate maps to find something valuable. Sometimes history hides inside the smallest objects we use every day, and the 1969 Washington quarter proves exactly that. Millions were made, millions were spent, millions were forgotten, but a few became legendary collector treasures that continue, shocking the coin world today. So before you spend your next quarter, take a closer look. Check the date. Inspect the details. Because one small coin from 1969 could secretly be worth far more than anyone around you realizes. And who knows, the next valuable discovery could already be sitting in your pocket right now.